This is the Books Go Social vlog, and I'm Angela Misri. Jana Petken has stepped entirely outside of her comfort zone in The Errant Flock, and I'm going to let her tell you all about her boundaries and how she jumped right out of them.
Okay, well, my latest book is called The Errant Flock, and I have to admit it was probably the most difficult book I've had to write so far, for the simple reason that I was very much out of my historical period knowledge, if you like. It's set in the year 1491 in Spain, and what made it so difficult was I was dealing with the lifestyle, the language, and also an awful lot of research into the Spanish Inquisition, which made it quite a lengthy process, and one that I wasn't particularly familiar with. The book is a historical thriller, so it also took me out of my comfort zone as far as genre is concerned. I'm a historical fiction writer, of course, but usually there's a bit of romance in there, whereas in this book the protagonists were all men, with just a couple of secondary female characters. So the Errant Flock was very, very challenging, but I think because it was so challenging, I actually got an even better result than I'd hoped for once it was finished. If I were to get all 4 of my books in a library, I would like them to be placed sitting next to would be Ken Follett's, there's no doubt about it. I think he's a great storyteller, and he inspired me to actually go outside the box when writing and just let my imagination go free and use dialogue and storylines which maybe were a little bit off book, and basically not be afraid of following rules. So he would definitely be one, and the other one would be Tolstoy, without a shadow of a doubt. I just think he's absolutely amazing. At the moment I've started, I'm actually chapter 10 in, so I'm just going into the story. It's set in the year 1916 and begins in Ireland, in Dublin, at the Easter Rising, which was the rising of the Republicans, the independent groups who wanted to be free of British rule. Quite harrowing to begin with, but it is going to be predominantly a family saga, and through circumstances the story will go to London during the first Blitz by the Germans in World War I, the Great War, and the story will focus on the characters, on the family members, and how they deal with the war both in London and also in France. The only surprising thing is that I found time to paint, and I've painted 46 oil paintings, with the biggest one being here. Let me see if I could show you it. And that is my American Indians, and I have 14 paintings of American Indians. It's just been it's been a hobby of mine to study the American culture, and so yeah, maybe they don't know that that I paint a lot in my spare time, which is about 4 o'clock in the morning.
If you haven't by now, which I find hard to believe, you should subscribe to the Books Go Social vlog by clicking this button up here, and you will get every new episode that we put out. Thanks very much.